I think this book matches my outfit quite well. I'm hoping I'll be able to keep this up whilst I read the books, but who knows? Who knows? Let's not expect too much from me. Hi friends, my name is Joel and welcome back to my booktube channel. If you haven't checked out my last video where I talk about my 2020 anticipated releases, then you can do so. I'll have it linked somewhere, and also you should go check out my Twitter and my Bookstagram as I post some quite good content on there as well. I also have links to petitions concerning Black Lives Matter and also the junk terror bill in the description down below. Philippine friends really need us right now, and so if you could go check that out, that would be amazing. For this video, I'm going to be recording my experiences reading the Daevabad trilogy by S.A. Chakraborty. Now, my friends have been ranting at me to start this for the longest time, and I mean the longest time. And yeah, I haven't started it. I did have the ILLUMICRATE exclusive arc of City of Brass way back when I was an Instagram rep for ILLUMICRATE, and I just never got around to reading it, and so I guess now is the right time. I coordinated my outfit today with the City of Brass as this is going to be the one that we're starting with, and I'm just really excited to be delving into this series because it recently was announced that it's getting a Netflix adaptation, which is amazing. Like, we need more stories from different backgrounds getting adaptations, and like there was the When Dimple Met Rishi adaptation that's coming out soon. Like, I can't wait to like delve into this series, and so I don't really know much about it. I think I mentioned this before, other than my friend Rhea really loves Dara, and so if I become a hoe for Dara, so be it. So in the series we have the City of Brass, the Kingdom of Copper, and finally the Empire of Gold. So I'm gonna try and read all of these within a weekend, and today is Saturday, and so I'm gonna try and hopefully start and finish the City of Brass today, and then go through the Kingdom of Copper mostly tomorrow, and then also start the Empire of Gold tomorrow, and then I'm gonna class Monday as part of my weekend, so hopefully finish the Empire of Gold on Monday, and then, yeah, and see what my reactions are. Basically, everyone I've spoken to who has read The City of Brass is looking forward to my suffering, and so thanks for that. And also, I'm really looking forward to suffering too, and seeing, like, how painful the writing is going to be. I like it when books tear my heart out, and I like it when they make me feel things, and if I cry, I cry, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing what happens. I want to finally put the books back on my bookshelf because they have been gone for like a week, and all of y'all are noticing, and yeah, I need to figure out how I'm gonna sort them out, but I'm thinking of maybe doing an Instagram live, maybe, potentially, so that everyone can help me whilst I do so. Otherwise, I might just do it on camera. Who knows? It depends on if I'm up for it and how far I'm into this series of books. They're not even the right way. If I do really love this series though, I'm gonna wanna try and collect all the editions, and that's gonna be impossible purely because the Goldsboro editions, like, they're rare, can't really find them. The US editions would probably be the easiest to get because they're still widely available. I missed out on getting the Daevabad Fairy Loot editions, and so it makes me sad. I really wanted, like, I really wanted one of the Daevabad Fairy Loot sets, and I can't even get one. This is as bad as Where Dreams Descend, and how I missed out on that as well. I'm gonna be stalking Depop probably, because hopefully someone will be selling it. Fingers crossed. But yeah, and then I'll probably want to try and collect all of the arcs as well, and it's just going to be an entire mess because I'm probably, if I do really love this series, I'm probably going to end up, yeah, like, I'm trying to search for all of the Gilded Ones stuff at the moment because I really want to collect any possible edition of the Gilded Ones, and so hopefully I'll be able to find all of them. Wow, I'm talking about collections. Although, to be fair, there is a lot of, like, consumerism that goes into collecting multiple editions, like how we feed into capitalism. But, if it makes you happy, like Marie Kondo says, if it sparks joy, do it. Do it. And plus, I love just having multiple editions and making shelves look pretty. Like, I'm trying to also collect a lot of the Six of Crows and Cricket Kingdom editions. I have the first French edition of Six of Crows, but I want to get Cricket Kingdom as well. I also need to get Six of Crows in hardback. I also need to get the special editions of Six of Crows and Cricket Kingdom. And then I just need to get a lot of the stuff, the Grisha trilogy as well. So, and then maybe I'll do like a whole Daevabad shelf somewhere. Wait, let me just move these away. They did land on my bed, don't worry. They are safe. They did have a safe landing. Yes, the City of Brass. I can't remember much because I think I read like the first page or two of the City of Brass. Oh my god, this is 18th century. 18th century. If all of you don't know, the 18th century is basically one of my favourite centuries to study in. I'm doing my dissertation on 18th century England, and so seeing the 18th century in other parts of the world, good shit, good shit. I'm so sorry, but as the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. Ooh. Ooh. I am obsessed. Yeah, the UK edition of the City of Brass hardcover is like, you can't find it anywhere. I was really lucky that someone on Twitter offered to send this to me for free, and I will always be thankful that I was managed to get this. But yeah, like, they should do a reprinting of the hardback because I know so many people want this version, and I think it'll just do really well if they do decide to do a reprint. Like, come on, Harper Voyager, do a reprint, please. Plus, I'll probably buy another edition as well because why not? But yeah, Harper Voyager, send me all the City of Brass stuff. Like, I will take it all. I will take all the Daevabad stuff. Thank you. Let us take the dust jacket off because we're going to start reading this. And just look how sleek and gorgeous this looks. Like, wow. Wait, I swear fictionalfates also had a... If that was a real sword, I would have been cut in half. I also do still need to get a real sword soon. But yeah, fictionalfates also had a like exclusive dust jacket set of the City of Brass as well. And I missed out on that too. But yes, I am gonna go make a matcha tea latte. And then I'm gonna settle into, well, I was gonna say settle into bed, but I'm fully clothed. So I might just read on the floor, or I'll read, or I might still read in bed, who knows? I mean, why not? Plus I got some new bedding, so I think I'll just, yeah, maybe I'll read in bed, But yeah, welcome to my Daevabad Trilogy reading vlog.
Are happening in this city. Even the police can't handle what's going on. A dangerous enemy has appeared. You're the only one who can defeat this enemy. You're the guardian that's been chosen for this mission.
I am about 25% through now, The City of Brass, and I'm on page 182, just going on to chapter 7. I am already extremely in love with this book, the world, and just everything that this book has. And Nahri is honestly just amazing. Like, she doesn't believe in magic whatsoever, and then is now confronted with the fact that magic is very real and very much a part of her life. And it's just really interesting to see how she reacts to these situations. And we met Dara, and already I am in love with Dara, and I want Dara in my life. I don't know, he's very like witty, but then also he has like a soft side, and he's quite serious. But then we got to see a bit of his backstory, and that was pretty tragic. And it just like 6 chapters, and phenomenal, amazing, we love it. And then we also got to see Ali and his kind of start of his story. His story is quite interesting as well, with like the relationship between Shafiqs and purebloods. And I guess there's like a lot that you could talk about in terms of blood purity and how that has actually impacted history throughout the ages. The relationship between blood purity and social class. And I think that is something I could potentially write an essay on. Like, that is an essay right there. And it is really interesting. And also the dynamic between Ali and his father, that's very like intriguing, as well as someone who's writing kind of like a similar relationship in my own story between my main character and his father. It's very interesting to see how another author tackles this dynamic as well. Shannon's world building, iconic, phenomenal, amazing. It's not telling, it's showing, and it's really subtle, but it gives you so much information straight away, and I love it. I really love it. I just want to say so far, Nahri is my gal. I love her. She's great. And I'm really intrigued to learn more about her backstory and a lot about the origins of things that have impacted her life. And I'm just really looking forward to be reading more of Dara, because like I said before, Dara is love, Dara is life, and I am completely enamored by Dara so far. Yeah, oh my god, no, it was when Nahri was like, oh yeah, no, can I have the carpet? And then Dara was like, no. And then Nahri was like, yeah, but I want to sleep under the carpet, like it was my turn, like, you know. And then Dara's just like, well, you can just share the carpet with me and we can find a spot together. And I was just like, smooth, Dara, smooth. Like, wow, find you a man that is that smooth. Like, you can't, because there is only Dara in this world. But yeah, I am probably gonna read on now. Well, I'm gonna read on, like, there's no kidding about it. I'm gonna read on now until I'm probably gonna check in after another 25%. I think that's how I'm going to be doing this. I'm gonna check in every 25%, and then yeah. This is already becoming one of my favorite fantasy series of maybe all time. I want to collect every edition now. So, it is currently 1:30 in the morning, and I'm about halfway through The City of Brass now. I'm basically on page 300, so I have about 220 pages left until the end of the book, and I'm in love with Dara. I literally just read a line that says, nothing will keep me from either of you. And I love Dara so much. Dara is great. But just the plot and like how it's evolving is just really nice. And I think that the way that Shannon is able to like seamlessly write all of this and just make it seem so amazing. Like, I have to respect her as a writer, because the seamless blend of like religion and culture and real world and fantastical elements is just done so well. And this is definitely becoming like one of my favorite fantasy series. Like, this to me reads like an adult version of An Ember in the Ashes. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a nap, and then, well, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then in the morning I will finish this, and then I'll probably move straight on to Kingdom of Copper. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean today, because it's now Sunday. Oh my god, the time. Ali, I am enjoying Ali's character at the moment, although he is a bit annoying sometimes, in my opinion. I do like him, like he does have some good points and he is able to convey them. I am just really intrigued to see where this goes, and like the whole cast of characters in this is amazing as well. And I am so happy that Rhea has been going on about me for 3 years now to read this. And so yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep and I will chat with you all in the morning once I have awoken and read a bit more of The City of Brass. So, good night. Oh my god. Okay, cool. I finished it. I finished The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, and I should have known when Laini Taylor blurbed the book as dizzyingly magical and still utterly believable that, like, I should have trusted her, because wow, that amazing. I cannot put into words how much I enjoyed this book. Like, the writing was very whimsical and it was still really able to ground itself in reality and show a lot of like the brutalness of the world that this takes place in. And Nahri is honestly iconic, amazing. Like, her at the end of this book, we really got to see the character journey she had gone on, but then we see like right at the end that she still keeps some of those roots that she had at the very beginning. And I loved it. And the epilogue, I can't process my emotions that I have for this book. Like, it was an easy 5 stars, clearly, because wow, my new favourite fantasy series. I feel like my review isn't like that substantial because I can't really go into detail, but to put it simply, the characters are very fleshed out, and even like the smallest characters are also given roles and responsibilities within the story. And okay, let's go through some of them. Ali, in my opinion, is an aromantic bisexual. I know he's probably going to end up being just straight, but for me, he is an aromantic bisexual because there are some moments in this book which cannot be explained by straight nonsense. Dara is just beautifully tragic. He has gone through so much in his life, in his long life, and it's completely understandable why he does the things he does in this book. And I love him. And I'm really intrigued to see what happens now because of events. So, but But like I said, Nahri is honestly amazing. I really did like, though, the dynamic between Ali and his father as well. Like, it wasn't the dynamic I was expecting it to be, like, right at the very beginning. I was thinking it was going to be, like, a Zuko-Ozai kind of relationship. But no, it really, like, changed. It was a bit different. It was, like, a mix between Zuko, Iroh, and Ozai. I cannot believe that, like, it took me so long to start this book. Like, so long. And I just can't wait to see what happens in the rest of the trilogy. But yeah, we are now going to delve into The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty, and I am not wearing my matching outfit yet, because I'm in like this transition stage, but the next time I check in, I should hopefully be in my outfit. So yeah, I shall see you once I get a bit more, well, once I start The Kingdom of Copper, but for now, let us get started. So I know I said I was only going to check in once I got a bit in, but I just read the prologue to this, and Shannon, you can't play with my emotions like that. It's a really impactful start to a sequel, and if the rest of this sequel goes like this, then this is definitely not going to suffer from second book syndrome. So I'll check back in at about chapter 10. No, I'll check, yeah, chapter 10 or chapter 11, we'll see. But yeah, that is when I'll be checking back in. And yeah, I guess I shall see you once I have my, like, little matching outfit. Hey, hello everyone. I'm currently 25% of the way through Kingdom of Copper. I just finished chapter 10. There's 40 chapters in total. And I decided this time for this book I would actually make notes whilst I was reading, because I did not want to forget. This Kingdom of Copper takes place roughly 5 years after the City of Brass, and at first I was just like, what? Like, what? But then I realised, like, for Daeva, that's probably not a long time, since they lived for centuries and like almost thousands of years. So 5 years is nothing. 5 years is like a year later to like the Daeva. So I was afraid my ramblings wouldn't convey how much I love this series so far, and so that's why I've decided to kind of make notes as I'm reading. But with the Kingdom of Copper, we're really seeing the characters being tested with the lessons that they learned from the City of Brass. Because Ali in the last book was so focused on religion and so focused on being the filial son to his father, that in this book it's more so a testament to his freedom and how he is now exercising his newfound identity. And I think that's really cool. And like, especially what I've just read, like chapters 8 and 9, it's definitely a testament to his, not only his faith in what he believes in, but also a testament to how his identity has changed. And I definitely think his newfound companions have been a really good influence on him, because in book 1, Ali was okay, but he was slightly annoying in certain aspects. Like, he was really prejudiced against the Daeva, and so I think that now, like, he's actually a lot better, and I do like him a lot more in this book. We see Nahri become a lot more focused on freedom and exercising her newfound social status, and I think that it's really interesting to see her grow in this societal aspect and actually partake in some of the politics in Daevabad. And I think that it's really intriguing to see her navigate the politics that are surrounding her, but also it's really interesting to see how the characters around her are acting. Like Nizreen, I love Nizreen so much. Like, she is just such a parental, motherly figure towards Nahri, and I think that especially in chapter, oh my god, was it chapter 10? She was like, damn. She comes out with these lines and I'm literally just like, you are a sassy bitch and I love it. I love you. Jamshid and Mutatia, like, I'm just hoping. I'm manifesting it. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to say any more, but I'm manifesting it. The symbolism in this book as well, like, there is a lot of symbolism. Especially Daevabad, though, because Daevabad, like the name is, it's Daevabad. Like, it's a bad city for the Daeva. Like, I'm gonna, like, say that the city is probably gonna have to be destroyed for everyone to get their happiness. Like, you basically need to unmake something in order to remake it into something amazing. I'm really intrigued to see where the plot is going because there is definitely a lot more political intrigue within this book. I'm not ready, and everyone says how this book tears the heart. And even Shannon replied to me. She watched my story and was like, Dara, 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 good luck reading the book. And I'm literally like, Shannon, stop, please. Like, I'm not ready. And although I do wonder, what is the Kingdom of Copper? Because, like, the City of Brass is obviously Daevabad, but then what's the Kingdom of Copper? Because that can't be Daevabad, because that's the City of Brass. So where's the Kingdom of Copper coming from? And then, if that's the case, what's the Empire of Gold? But yeah, I am gonna continue, and I will check in at 50%. Well, let's get this started. Okay, friends, so I am now halfway through the Kingdom of Copper, and honestly, I keep getting, like, had so much to do this weekend. Like, I was gonna do my bookshelf, I was gonna do some work as well. Like, I did do a bit of work, but not too much. But I just keep getting distracted by this book. Like, the entire series, it just draws me in, and I love it. So yeah, I'm about halfway through now, and I'm really scared because things seem to be going well, but I don't believe it. I don't believe this happiness will last, and I am not looking forward to it whatsoever. But the one question that I actually have is, what like Ali and Nahri, what are they? What are they? What are they? That is all I'm gonna say. What are they? Hatset, though. The Queen Hatset. Amazing. We love her. We stan her. She is iconic. She is really succinct. She's like the king, but in a much more succinct and cool way. She knows what she wants and she will get it. She is blunt. She can sometimes use veiled threats, but, like, it works really well for her character. And Dr. Sen as well, we're introduced to a Dr. Sen, and she is also iconic. Like, she's very brutal in her words, and she will present you with cold hard facts. And yes, we love that. There's a lot of converging of different plot lines as well, and, like, what things that were happening in one plot line is being referenced in another, and it's very nice to see, like, how Shannon is weaving all of these plots together. And I am fully here for it. And I also love her writing so much because each character is shady as fuck. Like one character will just say something to dig at another character, and just watching them react in such a way is just amazing. Like, wow. But Nahri is basically the queen here. Like, she basically doesn't let any man tell her her role or her responsibility in this world. She is making a thing for herself. There's just things that happen from the quarter to like here that I'm just screaming about, but I can't scream about it because it's spoilery. But, like, children, children. Shannon. Shannon! I know things are gonna happen, and I don't want them to happen. Oh, yeah, my earlier comment about Kingdom of Copper and why it's named the Kingdom of Copper. I now think I know why it's named Kingdom of Copper, and I don't want to cry, but I'm going to cry. I just hope what I'm theorizing doesn't come to pass, because especially what I had read in chapter 19, I think it was, devastation. Devastation is what's gonna happen. Like, I want to collect all the editions. There is no way I'm ever going to be able to collect all the editions, like the arcs and stuff, but like, I love it. I love this series so much. And I now have one, and I'm like, wait, I'm halfway through the series now. Oh my god, I'm halfway through the series. Okay, so halfway through series check-in. The characters, iconic, amazing. We haven't been introduced. I was introduced to a character called Tariq, and he's already a prick. I don't like him. But everyone else is really grey. Like, I love grey characters, and there is no character in this trilogy that is inherently good or bad. Like, Nahri has her moments where she can be quite villainous at times, and same with Ali, and same with a lot of the characters that we see are painted as villains, but actually are quite good because they're doing things for not only their own gain, but for the gain of their own people, and it's amazing to see. And again, I really like the intersection of religion in this book, because religion is something that's not really widely discussed about in fantasy, or it's not really a big focal point in fantasy, but it really hits well in this book, and it's really used well in this book as well. Well, in this series, and it's just something that I think I need to consider more about when I'm writing my own fantasy series, because it's amazing, and faith really drives characters. Like, I think that's one of the things that this series really hits hard on, is that people do things because of their faith, and people do things because they believe in their faith so strongly, and each of these characters, they're finding their own way in their faith. Like, Ali is really strong in his faith, and he does things according to it, whilst Nahri doesn't really have a strong belief system, but she is growing in having faith in not only herself, but in a new religion that she's basically kind of grown into. Again, the world building, iconic, like, amazing. I love it. And so many characters that I've grown to adore, and I'm hoping they don't die, but I can't trust Shannon. I cannot trust Shannon. I'm sorry, Shannon, I don't trust you. Because with what everyone's been saying, I'm not going to survive. My soul is going to be shattered, eviscerated, something. But yeah, literally, all the clips of this reading vlog are either going to be like shots of me reading or just talking about the book, because I have not been able to do anything else. So hopefully it's still entertaining. So I have about 275 pages left. I am either going to check in at 75%, or I'm going to check in once I finish the book. It's time to die. I have 25% left. Well, less than 25%. I have 10 chapters left. And I'm trying not to cry. Shannon. Nahri is now coming into so much more power, and I'm so happy for her. She is just fully embracing herself and her abilities and her relationship with Daevabad, and I'm really liking that. I just have no words. I knew what just happened at the end of chapter 30 was going to happen because of an earlier conversation that Nahri and this character had, and I literally wrote in my notes, this character is going to die, we're finding too much about them. And they said, I will always be at your side, and I was like, nope, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. But we also see a lot of struggling of faith across all of these characters. I think Daevabad is a bad influence on all of them. They have been, each of them struggle with their identity and who they are as people. And I think it's something that everyone can relate to because we've all had a crisis of faith, not in like religion, but also a crisis of faith in ourselves. And I think that Shannon really writes that impactfully. And I think these last 10 chapters are going to reflect that. And like, that's the last 10 chapters, like this little chunk here. And so it's going to be quite fast paced. And I think that my heart is going to be destroyed and I'm not going to like Shannon anymore. But I'm really ready for it. And so now I think is where shit is about to go down. And now I know it's the part where I am going to cry. I'm probably going to be crying at the end of this. So, I mean, if I'm crying because of, like, what happened at the end of chapter 30, I think I'm definitely going to be sad. Because I thought another character was going to die. I would have rioted. I would have rioted because this other character... But I will say, phenomenal, iconic. Wow, Shannon. Wow. I have no words. I have absolutely no words for the experience that I had gone on in the Kingdom of Copper. Shannon's writing is phenomenal. Shannon's writing is amazing, lyrical, spiritual. Wow. Like, this book tore my heart to pieces. And the ending was just so encompassing. It really was a full circle moment, I think, because it really shows how far each of the characters have come and how each of them are testing their faiths and how they are now lost. It's that point in the trilogy where you do not know what's going to happen next, and honestly, I have no ideas. My reactions are literally just, holy fuck, it's happening. Damn, wow. Oh fuck, damn no, oop. Aquisa and Zainab, wow. Zainab is my queen. Ali, oh my god. Oh my god, Dara. Muntadia. Oh my god, is she going to... Spoiler. That ending, oh my god. Oh, I also said Dr. Sun is truly that bitch. And I like how Nahri and Dr. Sun's relationship is one of mutual respect, because they both respect each other as doctors, yet they're both able to brutally tell each other anything and be upfront with one another. And that kind of relationship is something that I really like, because it's something where if your friends are able to call you out on your bullshit, or your friends are able to just tell you straight what you should be doing, then it's a really good friendship, and a healthy one at that. Suleiman's seal. I want Suleiman's seal. Like, give it. I want it, because I need to give these characters their happiness, and Yeah, so this is a solid 5 stars for me. I can't really go into like I said, I'm gonna try and keep this vlog spoiler free, but wow, 5 stars again, and iconic. Like, this I think was even better than the City of Brass. Like, the writing was much more refined, but it was still able to keep that descriptive and lyrical aspect that I had mentioned before. But it also was able to make me feel things, and it was able to make me see and feel for these characters' stories. And I'm really scared for them. Like, Shannon. But I love it, and this series, it's taken me so long to read this series and I'm so mad about it, but I'm reading it now and that's all that matters. And so, Kingdom of Copper can now be removed. Again, it landed on my bed. And now, we have the Empire of Gold to read. This is the longest book of the series, but it is like, it looks thinner than the Kingdom of Copper, but it's because I think they used thinner pages for the Empire of Gold, but I matched my outfit to the Empire of Gold, as you can see. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this book, but also I'm really scared at the same time because everyone says it just gets worse from here and I'm not looking forward to it. But yeah, oh my god, like, oh my god. Like, the burgundy is the same. Like, I matched my shirt pretty well, but this is like my power, wow. But yeah, also, I think this book is split into parts, because I can see, like, little lines. So it looks like part 2 is, like, the biggest part of this book. So, I mean, now that it is split into parts, it does make it quite easier for me to, like, digest, because I do need to get a few things done today. I need to submit a pitch to a writing magazine. But yeah, I am really excited to see what happens, and let's get to reading The Empire of Gold. So, I just got done the prologue and part 1 of Empire of Gold, and already it's really interesting, and there's, we're not in a good place, everyone. We're not in a good place whatsoever. Our characters are suffering. I'm upset. But throughout the entirety of the first part, I couldn't help but notice there was a juxtaposition with the City of Brass and how that started, and how, Nahri's journey throughout the City of Brass is being reflected a lot in the Empire of Gold, and the start of the final book is just everything that I've ever wanted it to be in these past few days that I've read this trilogy. So yeah, we start with like reflecting a lot on the past, but now we've got a lot to look towards to the future as well. And there's just a lot of like plotting going on and a lot of planning going on in part 1. And I think because part 2 is 406 pages, I'm not going to have another update for 406 pages of reading. That is going to be a lot to update you on, but hey ho, here we go. There's just a lot that happens. I can see that Shannon is setting up a lot for this book, and I'm really afraid of what's going to happen, and I'm afraid of what's going to happen to my soul, but I'm quite excited for it as well at the exact same time. I've been doing Monty's been doing reading sprints, and they've really been helping, trying to get through everything. And I know the reading rush has also started today, and Empire of Gold basically accounts for 4 of the prompts. I think it's like the one that takes place in another continent or country than your own, the Birthstone one, something that starts with the, and there's another prompt that I can't think of, but it counts for 4 prompts. So if I do, well, I am going to do the reading rush, but I don't know if I'll vlog it. We'll see. If I do vlog it, I'll probably be vlogging it from Wednesday. Who knows? But yeah, my first book of the reading rush, I suppose. I also posted my outfit photos onto Twitter and Instagram today, and I also posted an alternative version, which was me shirtless holding the Empire of Gold, and it was, I don't know, I felt like I finally had the confidence to post that because, you know, body dysmorphia is something that I struggle with a lot, and I don't know, I felt like I need to start appreciating the body that I have more. And yes, I do go to the gym. Yes, I am working towards a body that I aspire to have, but I think celebrating what I have now is what matters most. So yeah, I can't really say a lot without being spoilery, but we are introduced to a few characters again that I have missed and I have loved from book 1, and I love that so much. And just the opposition to Nahri in this text is phenomenal. They are amazing in the aspect that Shannon has written them super well, that they are a believable villain and that they have every reason to do what they need to do. And especially with Dara and Ali as well, like both of them are definitely going through their own crises of faith. And I think that whilst Ali is more resolved in what he wants to do, Dara is definitely having second thoughts about everything and doubting the person that he is. And yeah, I can't wait to see it. Part 2, I think, is going to wreck my soul because I think that a lot is going to happen. But yeah, I'm gonna go get to reading, and I shall see you all soon. Hello, I just got out the bath and my hair is slightly wet, but I'm not confident enough to vlog in the bath yet, like I'm not Gavin, so sorry you didn't get that footage. But I just finished part 2 of Empire of Gold, and it's a lot of setup for the final battle that's going to happen in part 3, I believe, and then part 4 is probably going to be like the conclusion and resolution of everything. And what a setup it was. What a setup it was. And like, there's just a lot that all these characters have gone through, and like just thinking about Zainab and like everything that she has gone through, and then the way that she carries herself now reminds me a lot of her mother. And oh god, I don't want to cry. And then Nahri and Ali and Dara, like all 3 of them are just suffering, and it's really hard to read and really hard to like imagine in my head. And the villain just needs to stop. The villain needs to die. And well, I don't know how it's gonna end, and especially with these last 2 chapters in part 2, like I can't. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I can only see one logical conclusion. But no, I think that Shannon has crafted such a wonderful and amazing journey for all of these characters. And it's just really exciting to see how much they've grown from the City of Brass. Like, there's like a lot of callbacks to the City of Brass and like a lot of callbacks to where the characters were at the very beginning of the story. And I just think it's really nice to see that reflection. And so, yeah, I guess I just need to finish it now. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut straight to when I finished it. So yeah, I guess the next time you see me, I'll either be crying or a mess. Probably both. So wish me luck. So I just finished Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty, and I cannot believe the Daevabad trilogy is over. Like, I did not expect how much this story would affect me and how much I would deeply root for each of these characters. But Shannon's writing is phenomenal, and I give her all the props for crafting such a wonderful story, deeply rooted in faith and deeply rooted in what it takes to be a free person and what it means to have faith in yourself and have faith in something larger than yourself and family and just so many important messages within the entire series. And this book really encapsulated everything that we needed to take away from this trilogy, from the parallels with the City of Brass to the brutality from the Kingdom of Copper to now the Empire of Gold, where it shows really how far our characters have come and how far they're willing to go in order to be truly free from the things that seek to enslave them. And I have no words. I have no words to convey how beautiful and how amazing it was to read this trilogy and how phenomenal the writing and the characters were. I think throughout this entire thing, I think one of the main questions I was on my mind was whether I'd be Team Ali or Team Dara. And I'm neither, actually. I think I'm Team Nahri. Like, she really came into her own and she really showed that she doesn't need anyone. She doesn't need anyone. She just needs friends. And I like that romance, whilst it was a bit in the story, it didn't center the story or take over the story. It did motivate some of the characters, but it didn't overpower everything. And I think that was really beautiful as well. But this entire trilogy was just beautiful, and I really had a really nice, pleasant reading experience reading each and every single one of these. Again, Empire of Gold is obviously going to be at 5 stars because it was beautiful and it was such a satisfying end to the trilogy. And also, I kind of hope Shannon is still going to write in this universe, because I can definitely see where she can go next with Zainab and what she plans to do. So I'm very intrigued and I'm very happy to have finally read this series and to finally have suffered like everyone else and to have finally gone through the pain and the suffering and the ending. I almost cried multiple times, but I think the ending was the only time where I truly cried, because these characters mean so much, and it's just beautiful to see this story finally come to fruition. And yeah, I can't cry again. But no, I think the main takeaway from this is that you all need to read the Daevabad trilogy. You all need to get your hands on a copy. Hopefully Harper Voyager will do a new print run of The City of Brass soon, fingers crossed, for the UK hardcover, so that everyone can finally get their hands on a copy. And now I really want to own every single edition of The City of Brass, because this truly is one of my, it's definitely one of my top fantasy series of all time, I think, because this is just so beautiful and I love it. I really do. And yeah, so that's now one of the series that my friends have now got me to try and read for the longest time, done and dusted. The next one is The Poppy War. I think I'm gonna need a break from Pain for a bit before I delve into The Poppy War. So I'm gonna try and read some other books in the meantime. Technically it's the second day of the reading rush now, and I've already completed 4 challenges using the Empire of Gold, so I might continue with the reading rush. I don't know whether I'll vlog it yet. Me and Elias were talking, and I said if I did, I'd probably only do it from Wednesday. But I don't know, if a reading rush vlog is something you'd be interested in, leave that down in the comment section down below. Although, like I said, I don't know what I would record as of yet. But yeah, I guess that's everything. Thank you to Shannon so much for writing this trilogy. It is amazing. I love it so much, and it's honestly, it's one of those stories that I feel like can change you, and I definitely feel like now that I've read this trilogy, I am a different person. I mean, literally, Shannon scalped me. Like, my hair is gone. She took away my hair. My wig was blown. But yeah, I need to start working on finding all these different editions now and trying to see how I can get my hands on certain editions. So fingers crossed I'll be able to collect them all. But yeah, I guess that's everything. Thank you so much for watching this Daevabad read and vlog. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider clicking that subscribe button so that you're alerted on whenever I upload next. This week's shout out fates goes out to The Quiet Pond, which is a book blog run by CW. You can find the link down below to a guest post that I had written for The Quiet Pond, where I talk about intersectionality and activism, and that if your activism is not intersectional, it is not actually activism. So I highly recommend that you go check that out in the description. I get a little bit personal in that post and talk about my experiences of being a bisexual black man. So I highly recommend you go and read that. And yeah, if you want to support me, I have my social media links in the description down below. And if you want to support me again any further, I have my Ko-fi link, which you can use to help fund my therapy after reading the Daevabad trilogy. And I also have an Amazon wishlist in the description as well that you can use to buy me any books or other items as you see fit. Shannon, I won't invoice you my therapy because I brought this upon myself, but just know that your words have damaged me to the core, and yeah, I will never be the same again. So yeah, I'm gonna grab a cider and I will be drinking tonight, and yeah, I guess until the next video, bye friends.